I hope everybody is having a lovely festive season. We're in that weird limbo between Christmas and New Year's where nobody knows what day it is. Ooh. Hey, Spuds, it's Jamie. Welcome back to another video festival channel. I don't know, but welcome either way. I'm very glad to have you here. And today we are doing a lovely classic to see out 2025, and we are reacting to some good old LGBTQ plus TikToks or shorts or reels or vertical short form videos that are gay in nature. That's what we're looking at today. Yes. Voting for Trump doesn't make me homophobic. Quotes. And then what does Trump say?
I'm against gay marriage.
On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care.
Sir, are you saying that if you become president, you might try to appoint justices to overrule the decision on same-sex marriage?
I would strongly consider that, yes.
What do you say to a lesbian or a gay man who are married and say...
I really don't say anything. I mean, I'm just, Jake, I'm for traditional marriage.
I'm for traditional marriage. Yeah, you know when people are like gays for Trump, you may as well be wearing a t-shirt that said gays for homophobia, gays for losing my own rights, because it is the most ridiculous thing to try and claim that people like Trump and people with Trump's views and Trump himself are not damaging LGBTQ plus rights and the community in the States at the minute. And it does have a widespread impact on the politics and the treatment of those groups in other countries as well. So don't be giving me any of this shit that supporting Trump isn't supporting homophobia. This is why the Conservatives are so terrified of the rainbow crossings, because they really do make you gay, but only whilst you're on them. So they're not that scary. They're not that powerful. They only do it whilst you're walking across. Same with the trans ones. When you're crossing, you suddenly have a desperate urge to get some HRT, and then it disappears by the time you get to the other side. Imagine being scared of a rainbow. How sad. Oh, okay, so I found this one. Has anyone else seen that trend on TikTok at the minute where it's like, sometimes you just got to read text from your blur, like your sister or your mother or your husband or something, and get on with your day. And they're always really, really bizarre. I found an LGBT plus themed one. First Christmas as Mr. and Mrs. Last Christmas as Mr. and Mrs. What? They're both, oh, Mr. and Miss. Okay. I was like, wait, is this a double ornament to announce a divorce? Right. So first Christmas is Mr. and Mrs. Last Christmas is Mr. and Miss. Look, I don't judge too heavily, aside from when it goes into overconsumption realm and like every single bridesmaid needs to have a different dressing gown or whatever on the wedding day. But stuff like this, it's really cis-het coded, and it's also just interesting. I wouldn't buy one for myself. I get the first Christmas married. Okay, fine. Cute. Right, lovely. But last Christmas is Mr. and Miss? That's weird to me. That's too far.
You've gone too far this time.
Anyway, somebody sent this to their child going, are these yours? What do you think? I have no clue. I just found them in a bag. Well, they're obviously not mine, as I am gay and not married. Mr. and Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Different genders in that couple and married. A first Christmas as a married couple, and you are sending this to your gay, unmarried child. What were they expect?
But I don't know. I just thought I'd ask everybody. I just found them lying around. They could be yours.
Why? Unless they were thinking you could have bought them for somebody else. Maybe you bought them for a friend. Again, very straight thing to do though, to even buy them for people. Our dog gags every time she sees me and my girlfriend kiss. We're rainbow. Does the dog actually gag? Oh, a homophobic dog. I've heard of racist dogs. Can dogs be homophobic? That dog did look rather unwell. And I can't tell if I think that dog is like so ratty and ugly it's cute, or if it's just ugly. I cannot tell if I find this dog cute, but maybe I would find this dog cute if it weren't homophobic. This dog supports Trump. I'm sorry that so many of them are muted, but shorts are rife with copyrighted music, which is not okay for long form YouTube. When you're liking a show, but then two girls start kissing, disgusted. Not disgusted. Likes it. Yes. Of course. Had us in the first half with the pretend homophobia, but no. Okay, but the most awkward thing, right, is when you like a show and you are closeted, and then a character with your closeted identity, like gay, trans, bisexual, whatever, comes out on screen or transitions or starts making out with their same gender partner or whatever, and you are watching it with your parents. There's something insanely awkward because on one hand, it's like, this is a revelation. And when I was growing up, to see same gender couples like portrayed positively wasn't super duper common. It was a lot common than 10, 20 years before I was a teenager, but it was not as common as it is now. So I remember watching these shows. There's one in particular called Mistresses on BBC, and I would watch it, my parents would be in the room, and then this lesbian couple got together, and this was before I knew I was trans, and I was like, oh, bisexual, and I was like, oh, it happened, oh, people can be, oh, this is interesting, but I was trying to pretend to not be interested in it, and I was just sat there look away, no, don't keep staring, and I felt really awkward because I felt like simply by there being characters on TV with an identity I felt like I might have, my parents were somehow gonna be able to read my mind and know, and I wasn't ready for them to know yet, and I was terrified. And then I obviously ran up to my bedroom and on incognito googled every single movie and TV show with gay characters in it, and I was like, ah. And then I discovered trans existed and I did the same thing, but it was Tumblr at that point. Also, this makes me feel really old. I'm 31, and this happened when I was 13 to 15, where I was going through this self-discovery phase around sexuality. I didn't realize I was trans until I was 16. So it was a long time where I was trying to accept being a girl and all of this stuff, thinking I was bi and thinking I was a lesbian, and I was just desperate to find some representation of how I was feeling anywhere in media. And there weren't streaming services like there are now, and a lot of the films that had gay rep in them were not just readily available, or they were really, really obvious from the covers, and I was just clinging on to anything I found. I remember I found this movie, I think it's called Imagine Me and You, and I had a DVD of it because it didn't look particularly gay, and I would just watch it all. It was the only thing I had. That was it. Ever since I was a little girl, I dreamed of someone looking at me with nothing but love, and today I finally have my turn. Aww, that's cute. Show those emotions. Ooh, look at all the flowers on that dress. Very pretty. Oh, this is so sweet. I can't believe people are against gay marriage and then you see stuff like this. What the hell? They just don't like love. That must be it. Just sad and devoid of any love themselves, and if I can't have any, then you can't have any. On this day at the Wyoming legislature.
Next up is Britt.
Hello. Thank you, Madam Chairman. As the Senate overwhelmingly voted yes.
You can call me Mr. Chairman if you want.
Well, I cannot be compelled to use your preferred pronouns as you have all voted.
Wait a minute. We're talking about preferred pronouns. A lot of people are. I prefer to be called Chairman French. That's my preferred pronoun.
I know, and you all voted that preferred pronouns cannot be compelled speech in SF 77. Anyway, my name is Britt Borrell, and I'm a constituent call.
I like her. She's funny. Yeah, why not? Wasn't that the time that Sarah McBride was misgendered? And this old dude was like, no, we are not proceeding with this until you respect Sarah McBride, gender her correctly, because she deserves that type of respect. And Sarah McBride had already slipped in there by calling this dude that misgendered her Madam Chair something. And it was just really funny. And then this arseholey transphobic guy actually refused to carry on because he refused to be respectful towards a transgender person. It's so hypocritical of them to be like,
I demand respect. I demand to be called what I want to be called.
Whether that's a pronoun, a name, a title, a job title kind of thing.
But I will not give that respect to trans people.
And when somebody's literally saying, you have said preferred pronouns are not compelled speech, you cannot tell me to call you what you want to be called, and if that's the way you want to deal with things, then why should you get gendered correctly? Why should you get referred to in the way you want to get referred to when you are not offering that same decency to other human beings simply because they are slightly different to you? What's the problem? But the fact that he just said Chairman French, did he say?
That's my preferred pronoun.
That's my preferred pronoun.
Dude, you don't even know what a pronoun is, and you were trying to make rules about them? What are you doing? It's always the same shit.
There's a creator on here that said that she loves the fact that anytime people go to a gay wedding, they say they're going to a gay wedding. Because if you don't, it's like going to the Met Gala and then saying you're just going to a party. party. But I would like to take that one step further. I think that anytime anything is gay, person, place, or thing, you have to specify it. Because it's better than the alternative. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah. I just wonder if like cis straight people are so bitter often because they realize they're more boring. I do think, you know, if we take away the discrimination, I think there's something very freeing for a lot of people when they're LGBT plus, because like you've already, through no control of your own, broken this huge societal norm. And I do feel like, at least for me personally, and I can see it with my friends, and it's something I've spoken about with my friends as well, because like all of my friends are LGBT plus in some way, pretty much every single one. And both me and my wife are, just for anybody new, hello, I'm a bi trans man. And we've had these conversations of like being LGBT plus has also led us to not feel confined by other societal norms, if that makes sense. So like clothing, expression, interests, all of this kind of stuff. And I just really love that. Yeah. And I think the cis straight people that get really upset by being teased and called like boring, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not deserved. For several, not all, definitely not all.
Don't tell my mom.
I am your mom.
I like women
I know.
and men sometimes.
I know.
She actually sounded disappointed about liking men sometimes. I like women. I want everybody to know. I'm so proud of that. And, you know, unfortunately, I also do kind of like men sometimes.
And men sometimes.
Oh dear. That always used to be a fear of mine before I came out to people, that I would like need general anesthetic for something, or, you know, be sedated for some kind of medical procedure, and then I would like blurt out things without being ready to. This person clearly went back in time in their head under their sedatedness, thinking that they had not told their mother that they were bisexual, I'm assuming. But that's cute. Don't tell your mom. I am your mom. I know. I already know. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I did not know you liked men too. Imagine if that's what she'd been annoyed at. In your 60s, someone is going to say you should start painting drag queens. That sounds like a great idea. Oh, wow. It's very important you listen to them. These are amazing. They are stunning. Oh my god. How honored would you be if somebody painted you like that? Seriously. They were beautiful. I want to see those again. I would buy those. They're beautiful. That was clearly the right thing to do. Well done. I hope that all the drag queens that she's painted, she sent the, or like images of the paint, not just the paintings, but I hope she's like showed them the paintings and they've been like, wow, this is incredible, because they are, and that deserves attention. Oh, J.K. Rowling jump scare. J.K. Rowling for some reason.
Joanne, thank you so much for joining us today. It is such an honor. It is no secret that you have had an incredible career and unprecedented success with Harry Potter, a story that's had a remarkable cultural impact and has touched the hearts of millions of adults and children across the globe over the years. Truly, I can't stress enough just how incredible it is that you've been able to achieve what you have. You've created such a recognizable and beloved world, and so many people have such an intense love for this world that you've created. It's a monumental achievement that very few people in history have been able to conquer. And now that this incredible story has concluded, so many of your beloved fans across the globe are wondering, what is next for you? Is there something we can expect next from J.K. Rowling?
Thank you so much. Great question. Do you know I hate?
Oh my god. It's so true. Like, dude, with those kind of achievements, if we put aside the criticisms that Harry Potter's received in terms of the writing and everything, it has still reached this massive level of success that there's nothing that really compares to it in terms of success level and longevity and just like everywhere. It's everywhere, right? It's really annoying that she's so bigoted because of just how everywhere Harry Potter is. But imagine doing all of that and having all of that success and so much like love for what you've achieved in your life, and then just going, yeah, I'm so bored. Do you know, I don't like the idea of crochet. I don't want to take up DIY. I don't want to get into gardening. I don't want to join a book club. I'm going to become a bigot. I'm just going to hate on marginalized people within society for seemingly no reason. I'm going to stir up so much hate. I'm going to pour my money into it. This is my hobby. This is my new life goal. I did something great and now I'm going to do a big pile of shit. Who would do that? What has possessed her to do this? The black mold, many would say. This is a Halloween costume. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's amazing. I feel like, I hope that, well, even if it's not, it's still amazing, but I feel like it's taking the piss out of those awful memes that's like, of course, homosexuality isn't okay. The plug and the socket are supposed to go together, not two plugs and two sockets. It's like, shut up. People are not appliances. It's okay. We're not electricity. People created sockets and plugs. We don't have to work like them. But that's incredible. For a second, I thought that they had like a motion thing so that when they touched, the light came on. But I think they just timed it really well, flicking the switch in their pocket. If you go really slowly, the person on the left does it like a frame quicker. Not good enough. Again, no, that's funny. I like it. So if you're trans, what did you look like as a girl? Oh, this is such a common question. Showing a photo. You looked way better before. That also, I was 12. It is a bit weird. I've seen this guy's shorts before and I like them. People are really strange. The amount of times I've had this kind of comment where I like post online quite freely, like my pre-transition photos, but I was under 18 in all of them. And a lot of the ones I post, I'm like 15 or 16. And the amount of people who were like, oh, what a shame. You were so beautiful before. Oh, you were so attractive before you transitioned. And I find it really uncomfortable. No, that's bizarre. One, you shouldn't be saying that regardless of the age the trans person was in their pre-transition photo, unless that's something that they openly discuss being comfortable with. It's just a really weird comment to make, because as well, it almost frames transitioning as like a vanity measure, and you're going, oh, that's really disappointing that you transitioned because you were more attractive before. Or sometimes it's the equal and it's like, oh my God, how could you be attractive both ways? And then there's other ones where it's like, oh yeah, of course you transitioned because you're way more attractive now than you ever were as a girl, kind of vibe to trans men, obviously. And it's just really weird, full stop, regardless. It's one of those non-plummet things. Like, some people do it to be hateful, to be like, oh, you looked better before, what the hell did you do transitioning? And also to say, oh, you only transitioned because you thought you were ugly. And then other people do it as an attempt to be complimentary, to be like, oh, you're such a beautiful human being, you look good regardless of your gender. It's just, as a trans person, that's very uncomfortable. Even if I take the age I was when I transitioned out of the equation, it's still uncomfortable, as I didn't transition for my physical attractiveness. It is not something that I ever think about as a trans person, of whether like I would have been more attractive if I hadn't transitioned, or whether I am more attractive because I have transitioned, or whether I'm equal. It literally does not cross my mind. So I just find it really weird when people mention that, because I also don't want people like thinking about me that way from before I transitioned. It's just, no. Like, you can just compliment a trans person if you think that they're attractive or just a really nice person or whatever, based on them now and who's standing in front of you, and them being trans does not have to be any part of it. It's almost like saying, oh, you look good for a trans person. Why, thank you, but I don't think that's the compliment you maybe think it was. So yeah, this is very, very uncomfortable. Please don't do this. My day is ruined before 10 a.m. because I saw straights kissing in public. Oh my God, did she show them in the background? I'm not a fan of PDA full stop in public, but you have to admit it is always a straight couple. And I am saying this as a man who is married to a woman. We are both bisexual. I would not put myself in the same category as a cis-het couple, like living up to cis-het normativity and all of this stuff. But it is always a straight couple, and like I just don't want to see that from anybody in public. Like a little peck, a hug, hold handing, whatever, fine. But like properly like making out, I don't want to see that. Thank you. I'm sorry that your day was ruined. Oh, what is this? This looks like a TK Maxx type space. Oh a lesbian skeleton Halloween cushion. I mean, come on. Don't they say that Halloween is gay Christmas? Why is there not more queer-coded Halloween decor? There is not enough. If you are a brand and you make Halloween stuff, do not pander to the cis straight people. Market to the gays because they will buy more.
Put a finger down if you posted an Instagram story of your girlfriend and your ex-sorority sister accidentally sends you your story back saying this. This actually has to be a joke. Turned on by this. So after being sent this, I thought, why not put it on my Instagram story since we have so many mutuals? Clearly this girl's homophobic. After my Instagram story was posted, I kid you not, every single one of her friends in her friend group went and watched my story. She went ahead and blocked me. Then 2 minutes later, her best friend texts me this, who I know she is with. There is so many things wrong with this message. First of all, handle your own problems yourself.
Oh, hold on, can we read this? Hey Bren, this is Olivia. I'm with Rail right now and we all completely understand how the Instagram DM was offensive to you. Of course it was meant for a private conversation. That does not make it any better. Literally, like, why is that even worth saying? Rail is of course, very sorry that she accidentally sent it to you and would really appreciate if you took your Instagram story down because it's making her look bad. People are realizing she's an asshole. Again, she completely understands what she said offended you and is very sorry, but I don't think this needed to be taken to social media. I mean, play with fire. Do it. Because if you are clearly willing to be a dick behind somebody's back about who they are and be homophobic, and you're only sorry because you messed up and sent it to them and you got caught and found out, and you don't even have the guts to send this yourself to apologize. You've just blocked and been like, hey buddy, apologize on my behalf please. What is wrong with you? That's why I'm like all for sharing it, because I hope at the very least, what's her name? Rail thinks twice about being homophobic privately again, in any kind of way again. I want her to think back to this situation.
You're an adult. You have my phone number, so why aren't you the one that's calling me? Second of all, stating that it's offensive to me, like it's offensive to anyone in the queer community. Just offensive in general. And for the finale, I don't think this needed to be taken to social media. We're just afraid that people are gonna find out that you're a homophobe. Last PSA, this girl works for Insight Global in Charlotte, North Carolina as a recruiter. So if you're applying to that company and you're queer, you most likely won't get the job.
Oh, she didn't hold back. I don't blame her. Homophobes suck. Homophobes are the worst. And I am all for public humiliation and call out of people who are homophobic, because she is just scared that she got found out. She's not sorry. I really do not believe that somebody like that is actually sorry that they said it or that they have those opinions. I think there's a limited possibility of somebody growing from this kind of call out. However, I do think it will make somebody think twice about voicing their homophobic opinions and also just getting a little bit of punishment for it. You're not just surrounding yourself with friends who all have your same bigoted opinions, and you're not letting each other grow and become more open-minded because you're all just yes-menning each other, or you're too scared to call out somebody's homophobia. So I think this is good. I think this is a good wake-up call for some people who are assholes. And on that wonderful note of calling out homophobia, that is all the LGBTQ plus TikToks for 2025. Yay! That's everything we're going to be looking at for this year. I will see you next week in the new year with a new video. I hope you have a lovely start to 2026, and I will catch you then. You're going to see some names going up the screen of my lovely Patreons. Thank you so much for supporting me over there. I just started my Patreon this year and I super appreciate it, and I'm really overwhelmed by all the support over there. So if you want to go check it out, there is a link in the description box. And a big shout out to my top tier Patreons, who are Ginger Blues, Tig, Night Soul, Sugar Joe, Elden K, Nesta, The Third Hatman, Max Makes Mods, Dylan Irvin, River Champagne, Chloe, Iona Balash, TNS Mum, Sally Drew, Randy, Albar, Marv Mallow, Rachel Raptor, Jesse Muscle, Gosco, Sienna Lamb, Slayer, Sarah Hobbs, Paisley Prince, Riley Ray, Bill Dad the Shoeite, AAA_Mars, A Deck of Cards, Claire Headley, and Marin. Thank you so much for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. I also really appreciate that. And I will see you next time. Much love. Bye.